Hey crafters, it's me, Jen Evers with Quality Crafts, and welcome to Friday. We made it. I know some of us are like, we're never going to get to Friday. We're never going to get there. But we're here, and we're going to finish off the watercolor series with just playing around with BRUSHO. So welcome to Free Play Friday. We're going to hang out, play with BRUSHOs. I'm going to show you this technique of just using these as a watercolor medium on 3 different kinds of things. So basically this is going to be 110-pound cardstock. Exact Index Nina. That's what this is. I use this for all my cards. This one in the middle that's white, this is the Tim Holtz Distress. I know I set it off to the side so I could show you. Distress watercolor cardstock. Heavyweight paper for watercolor and wet techniques. And so one side is a little bit bumpy and one side is real smooth. And then the other one, which you can tell is slightly different colored, it's more of like an off-white. And that is the, is it Canson? Yeah, Canson watercolor paper, which looks like this. It's cold press, 140 pound, in case you're wondering what they are. I'm not an expert on this kind of stuff. I just know that Canson, you can't go wrong. I really, really like their heavy watercolor paper. I've never tried this one, so I'm looking forward to checking out what the difference is between this Distress watercolor cardstock and the Canson brand, and then how that stacks up to the regular cardstock. Obviously, you're not going to be able to put a ton of water on the cardstock, but they should still spread and be pretty and turn out kind of cool. So, I do have my my box set up for spraying, because I might be spraying some water. I'm just going to see how it ends up on the mat here, and if it looks okay on there, then I won't have to use the box. And for those who thought that I looked really blue last week, I changed over my camera, and so now I'm not blue anymore. So you can't call me Smurf, you have to call me Koala. And I'm going to get another camera that's similar to this one. The exact same one. What am I talking about? The exact same one. And I'm going to point that down at the desk. And hopefully with these two, now that I've decided like what cameras work the best, that will give us a really crystal clear look at the at here and up at my face. I was blue because I was using a different camera, and I've been switching my cameras around just to see what would go better, and this one is by far my favorite. If you want to know what it is, it's a Logitech C930E, and I love it. It's awesome. So we're going to be using BRUSHOs. Yeah! The other thing is called Color Burst, and I'm sure there's probably other products out there by now that are really, really similar. And a lot of people, what they do with their BRUSHOs is, or watercolor, their Color Burst, or whatnot you want to call it, is they usually put a little hole in the cap, and then they stick a little pin in the hole, like a thumb, not a thumbtack, but one that has a little plastic thing on top so that you can pull them out and use them and sprinkle them on like a salt shaker. I've not done that yet. I'm thinking, boy, that would really be a good idea. I might maybe do that with you guys today. I have some of them labeled so that I kind of know what the colors are, but to be honest, I've not used these a whole lot. So we're going to find out a lot about these today together. Yeah, so here's what they have in here as the like manufacturer's thing. BRUSHO Crystal Color. So I mean, look how bright these are. They show them using with stencils, straight on the paper, and these are all the different colors. Obviously, I don't have that many. I have 12. Looks like they come in a lot more than that. So we need a water spritzer. Obviously, I have that right here. I'm going to use my little blue, cobalt blue water spritzer. I can't wait for my Tim Holtz one to get here. We're going to do that too. See, push pins. I'm going to get some push pins, and we're going to do this together. I don't think I have a whole lot of push pins, so what I'll have to do, since I store them in a jar like this and I won't really need a lot of them, I'll just do the push pin in each one and we'll go from there. I should have brought one out. I just wasn't thinking that far ahead. I'm gonna have to take some off of the wall. Yikes. y'all, because I'm out. I'm going to take one off my wall. I don't know where my little pile of them went. They're usually in the back. So this is this kind of push pin, so you have something to hang on to. And I don't know how hard this is going to be. Oh, it's super easy. It just slides in like butter. Now that's a really tiny hole. I don't know how much we're going to get out of that. I'm hoping that the next camera will be a lot quicker at focusing too. Because this one is just not on the ball. So frustrating. Let me just twirl it around a little bit. Make that hole a little bigger, hopefully. And let's try it out. So I'm going to put these guys aside. I can tell the difference between these two because of the color. And then I can tell the difference between this one and the other two because this is smooth on both sides. Plus I labeled it cardstock. So let's put a piece of cardstock on here. See if we can get some yellow out of there. Now I have played with these enough to know that if you get a teeny tiny bit of this powder anywhere, it will spread like the plague. And it will react to water and just poof, all of a sudden you've got color somewhere. You didn't even know it was there because it's hard to see. So be very, very careful with this stuff. It's like, they call, and I hate to use this word because I'm a family channel, but they call glitter the herpes of the crafting world. I think BRUSHOs are. Let's go ahead and see if some, oh yes. That was plenty enough to bring some of that out. You can see it from the camera, but I'm going to lift it up just a little bit. That little bit's going to go a long way. It doesn't seem like there's much on there now, but that's yellow. Let's go ahead and put down some ultramarine. Wow. Yeah, that's plenty. You want to keep it kind of in a contained area too, which is why I thought maybe I should be using my little box there. So we've got a blue, a yellow. We should probably do like a red. Orange, lemon, dark brown, scarlet. There we go. Let's do a little bit of scarlet in there. We'll try to do the first like primary colors first to see how they mix together. And so we'll put a little bit of scarlet in there. Okay. So that doesn't look like much, but let's see what happens when we spray the water on. I'm going to try like way far away first and let's let it kind of mist down. And then I'm going to get a lot closer. Whoa. Color burst. Now I got everything else soaking wet, but I don't mind. Ooh, I need a towel. That's cool. Got a lot of water on there. That's okay. I'm gonna just soak up the edges a little bit so that, and then hopefully we could get that to rest a little bit by adding a little bit of heat. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. We got a nice flow of movement there of some of the colors mixing together. That looks really pretty. So that's just the cardstock. I added a ton of water to that and it held up pretty nicely. I'm going to do the same thing with the other two. Same colors so we can see if there's going to be a huge difference or if it's going to be really similar. So this is the cardstock right here. Alright, next I'm going to grab that 140-pound Canson cold press watercolor. It also has a smooth side and kind of a textured side. So since this is smooth, let's go ahead and use the smooth side of this as well. This is Canson. A little bit of yellow. A little bit of blue. A little bit of scarlet. I'm going to put a little bit of yellow on this side just so that we get some mix of the other colors. Okay, so when I start at the top, that's so that it settles on the powder so it doesn't go poof all over my... Because like I'm saying, I'm telling you, it'll get everywhere and you'll be like, oh my gosh, why is there color here? I wonder if we could use alcohol too so it would dry faster. I'm not going to do that right now, but it's another thought. A tiny less bowing, I feel. Oh my gosh, is that ever cool. Try to soak up a little bit on that side too. That is super cool. So we're not doing anything fancy right now, but just putting some down and then spraying the craziness out of it. So check that out. So I added that on the side of the scarlet and look what happened to it. We even got a little bit of turquoise and teal running through there that we didn't quite get so much on this one. Well, we got a very similar look, don't you think? There, that's settling down. So I'll stop right there while it's settled. That is really pretty. Almost like a big flower, isn't it? Woo. Alright, so that was cardstock. This one was cardstock. This one was the Canson watercolor paper. Now let's try the Distress watercolor paper. Show of hearts or hands or some kind of a little emoji that you can put in there. Do you think that the Distress, what do they call it? The Distress cardstock, Distress watercolor cardstock, do you think it's going to turn out the same as this one? I'm curious what you guys think. Because that's kind of what I'm thinking. So this one also has kind of a bumpy side. You can see that. And then it has a smooth side. So again, we're going to use the smooth side so that it can kind of be the same comparison. And then after that, we can just go crazy and play with stuff. So if there are other colors you want to try, if there's other things you want to try, if you want to do through a stencil or whatever, let me know. No, you guys don't think it'll turn out the same? Okay, let's add some yellow. And some ultramarine, our blue. And our scarlet. We'll put a little bit of scarlet, just a few taps on that other side. You ready? Whoa. Is it just me? Did I not add as much water? I should have counted the squirts. Because I don't think that was very fair. This one looks way brighter than the other ones. Did I add way more? I should have counted everything, right? Should have counted it all. We might have to redo our test. I'm not sure how fair this one was. Tap off the sides because I don't want that running color. Our yellow really got run over though, didn't it? Okay, and then once that paper rests, I'll just stop there. Look at that. How many of you guys think that I added way more to this one? I might have. It's very similar results though, I feel. That's a great idea. A lot of times I do that, but that wasn't really the purpose of my video today, so I'm just kind of trying to quickly get it wiped up so that we can move on. I think that maybe I might have inadvertently added a lot more to that one, but we can do it again. Yeah, it does seem much brighter, but like I said, I don't know, maybe that was just me. But look at the oranges we got in here. We didn't get very much orange on the other ones. Our yellow got run over, so we've got a little bit of yellow there. But it does look brighter, doesn't it? Yeah. So 110 exact index Nina cardstock. Canson cold press 140 pound cardstock, or watercolor paper I should say. And then this is the Distress watercolor cardstock by Tim Holtz. They are all three beautiful. I mean, they all could be used for background or die cutting. Like, I would like to die cut like some flowers out of here or some butterflies, or that's just my favorite. I'm like drawn to that. So how about you guys decide, is there something else that you would like to see tried? Maybe you have some of your own, maybe you don't have some of your own, and you're just like, hey, if I was there, this is what I would do. And I'm going to go ahead and poke some holes in here so we can use some different colors, and I'll tell you what they are. So I also have lemon, which is a yellow, emerald green, a turquoise, purple. I don't know about you, but I want to see that purple. Leaf green. So two different kinds of green. That's interesting. A BRUSHO black. We might want to check out that black and see what happens with that. I'm pretty sure there's some fun effects that come out of it. A brilliant red instead of the scarlet. I got one vote for blue, yellow, green. Want to do the alcohol this time? All right, let's do blue, yellow, and green, and we'll do alcohol. And we'll do another test. So which green would you like to do? Blue, yellow, and green. We have leaf green. And we have emerald green. So there's our lemon. Do I have... Oh, it is wet under there. No wonder why they're sliding. Okay. Ultramarine, that's our blue. We'll use yellow. Emerald green. All right, let's do emerald green. That sounds good. We'll put these guys safely in their little box here so they're out of the way a little bit. All right. I think this time we'll count. So yellow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ultramarine blue, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think anything came out that time. Might got a chunk stuck in there. Let me clean it out. Okay. And then emerald green, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sometimes it feels like there's nothing coming out. Okay, so those three, and we're going to switch over to alcohol instead of water. Here we go. Check that out. Not much movement there with the alcohol, is there? Not at all. Let's try one of the other ones. This one is the Canson. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's not enough coming out for my taste. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The yellow's really rocking it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and that was the green. It looks yellow, but that one's the green one. Let's try again. Look at that. I think we're going to get pretty much the same when we do the cardstock from Tim. So go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was not expecting that it wouldn't move at all. I kind of just stopped it in its tracks when it went poof and then... Interesting. Alright, I'm going to move this out of the way. And we are going to try... we're going to move all 3 of these in here. Tim Holtz Canson watercolor. And we're going to try to spray these with water now and see if anything happens. About 10 sprays each. Oh, you know what? I didn't stay on the smooth sides, but at this point I don't think it really matters. Yeah, the water really... And now, these can also be used, even though they look a lot different. If you want that splattered look. That little, what do you call it? Like speckled look. That's kind of cool. I'm going to pick these up real quick here. Wipe down my surface. See how there was extra blue over here that kept on coming? I must have spilt some of the powder on that end. I'm going to dry these off just a little bit. Jill mentioned that the one on the right, that was this one, had more of a reaction, and that's actually that's actually the cardstock. It's not watercolor paper at all. It's just cardstock. Somebody wants to know what would happen if you sprinkled salt on them. I've done that with other things, but never with these. The only kind of salt I have down here, I think, is, you know what, I had a container of Epsom salt. I wonder if that's still down here. I have regular table salt, but that's not quite the same. Let me look real quick. Ooh, try it on photo paper. I wonder what would happen on photo paper. Alright, someone requested salt, so I found that. And I'll grab some photo paper. I think that most of my photo paper is probably in with my alcohol inks. That's exactly where it was. All right. Well, the photo paper is something that we can try real quick. We'll try both sides. We'll try the front shiny side, and we'll try the back slick side. Now, when we do alcohol inks, we use this back side for more movement. So it'll be interesting to see what these do. And a little bit of blue. Just, yeah, sometimes it comes out, sometimes it doesn't come out. Okay, we're going to do water on this. Ooh, look at that. Oh my goodness. That is so cool. Now, I wonder if that's going to dry on there. How long it's going to take to dry, because we got some really cool stuff going on there. I hate to lift it up. Let's lift this one up, because I don't think this one's going to move much more than it is. That's on the shiny side of photo paper. That is really cool. We'll let that dry. And then this one is on the back of the photo paper. Yeah, it's just going to keep moving. I don't want it to move. I'd like for it to dry that way. I wonder if we could help it dry without ruining it. That's drying up. You can see in the light where the dry spots are. So we're going to let that finish drying, and then that would be super permanent, kind of like a regular photograph. And this one is really cool. I want to lift this one up so you can see it better. Eventually that will dry, but you get a much lighter look. And look at all the little swirly doos we got in there. So that's cool. We're going to let that dry too. Not sure what you mean by shiny paper, Diane. What kind of shiny paper? Maybe I can do one. And then we're going to try one with the salt, because somebody asked about that. There they are. So let's try Tim Holtz. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put down the colors, and then I'm going to spray them, and then I'm going to sprinkle the salt in. So we're going to do a bunch of yellow. And this time I'm just going to put it all over the place. We're going to do a bunch of green. And then a little bit of blue in there. 12 come in this box. Somebody wanted to know how many colors. Assorted colors of 12 in here. I'm trying to see if it, does it label it? Yes. 12 colors. Lemon, yellow, orange, scarlet, brilliant red, purple, ultramarine, leaf green, emerald green, turquoise, dark brown, and black. And we are going to use that black. You know what? I want to do it like right now. Where's the black? We're going to put just a little bit of black in here. BRUSHO black. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Oh, we did photo paper already, Diane. That's what I just showed. That's what I just took off the thing. So let's go ahead and do water on here. I'll try to do a lot of water so that we can get some salt on there. And then we did some salt there. That looks really cool. There must be different sets because in this one it shows all the colors are right here. And I definitely don't have them all. So these are all the colors we can get. Because there's like a yellow ochre, a golden yellow, a sunburst lemon. We don't have those. There's an OST red, whatever that is. OST blue, cobalt blue. We don't have those. We don't have violet or Prussian blue or lime green. So yeah, there's like a whole bunch of different array of colors. So let's go ahead and give this a little bit help out there. Yeah, the black looks really cool in there. Usually we would let this just sit and wait for this all to dry and for it to have time to soak up more. But I'm just going to speed along the process and then scrape the salt off and see what kind of look we get. Alright, I let it curl up a little bit more because I didn't, most of the salt was really dry and I wanted it to be really dry. There it goes. I'm like, I'm really disappointed that this camera isn't focusing, but, so the salt's going to come off. It's not going to stay on there. It's going to get scraped off, and then we're going to see what if it leaves a little white behind or there's dots or whatever. So let's see. I'm going to scrape them off onto here so that you guys can see me scraping them. Oh, see, there's more color on there yet. There we go. Do I want to scrape it? Where's my bone folder? Oh, you know what I could use? My Tim Holtz thing. My Tim Holtz scraper. Oh, see it? They're not dry yet. Let's go ahead and dry them a little more. Obviously, this is going to turn out much better if you let it sit and dry. But we don't have a whole lot of time. So let's go ahead and scrape this off and see what we have underneath. So it leaves a lot of speckled mess behind. Unless that's the grungy look you're going for, in that case you get a spectacular looking background. Just depends on what kind of taste you like. I'm gonna hold on to this one. And we're gonna try that again with the Canson one. But we're not gonna do the salt this time. Alright, Canson is like a off-white, so let's do this one. I'm not gonna put the black in there. Let's see what we get with that. Or maybe I should put just a little tiny bit. Just a teeny tiny bit. That came out. Alright. I'm going to try not to spray it so it all comes flying off the page. So we'll get some little firecracker looks too. You don't have to do the edges. It's just that I don't like all that color that runs to the edge and then it just kind of sits there. I don't like to get that edgy color. I think that looks really awkward. That side's not bad. Boy, if you want that yellow to show up, you have to really add yellow. That black kind of made a little crater on the end. I like the look of that. What if we like added stuff on top of it? Like watercoloring is about layers, and we haven't done any layers. What if we layered on top of this? I'm gonna try to layer. Let's try to layer some purple on here. It's really hard for me to tell if there's any coming out. I think there is. All right, let's add a little bit more water and see if we can get that purple to come out. Alright, that's after we added a little bit of purple. And it looks like the more water you add, the more it still reacts. It continued to react and mix in. Let's see if we can add a little turquoise to that. I don't know if it'll just keep getting darker, but let's see what happens. So the look keeps changing. Wow, there's a lot of water on here yet. Let's wipe some of that off. Look at that. It looks more like a blue than a turquoise to me, but maybe it's because it all mixed in. Are there any other colors we could add to that, or should that one be done? We have an orange, a brilliant red we haven't tried. We did purple. I see one vote for done. Stop that one. All right, let's go ahead and put some different colors. You guys want to vote on the next one? Let's do another Tim Holtz one. I'll take votes on what colors you guys want to do. And I'm going to move these guys back in here. Because I'm going to have to take a wet wipe and wipe that down. See all the colors I have on my hands from touching it? Look at all the color that was on there. It didn't even look like there was any color there. Let's get one of our artsy towels wet, or dirty. I got these from one of my aunts-in-law. She made these for me, and so I am going to use them. I think they're awesome. She makes the best practical, awesome gifts ever. Red, purple, blue. Red, orange, yellow. Oh, sunset. Okay, red, orange, yellow. Let's do some of that. Let's see if we can get a sunset-y one. I like that idea. So we'll put our light one on first, our yellow. Where's that little orangey one? He ran away from me. we'll give it a little bit of orange to help it out, just in case. And then we'll put some red on the bottom. So instead of doing scarlet, this time we'll do the brilliant red. If I can find it. That's why I need to label all the tops of these so I don't have to look for them. There it is, brilliant red. And we'll do that one towards the bottom. Okay, that's a lot of heavy color on there. Ready? Tim Holtz, yellow, orange, red, and water. I'm glad I put a little orange in there to help it out. Well, we got some nice swirls. It does look like fire. That's cool. That's really pretty. Look at that. How cool. Wow, I'm gonna have a handful of red. Get some off the edge there. That's really neat. I still want to get in another one for those of you who picked that different color. Purple, turquoise, and black. I like that idea. That is really pretty. Purple, turquoise, and black. I want to try that one. Let's try that one on, what do we have left here? We have one Canson. Let's vote. Do we want to do the purple, turquoise, and black on the last Canson or on a cardstock? That is, I think that's my favorite one of the night. Too fun. Oh my goodness, look at this one. The salt. I wonder about lifting up properties. You know how you can put the water spritz down and pick it up? The Canson one. Let's see, one vote for Canson. One vote for cardstock. So maybe we'll do both. See what we get. A Canson and a cardstock. Alright. And we're going to do black. How much black? First, for starters, how much black do we want to do? And then we're going to add in purple and, what else did you say? Turquoise and purple. Okay. You guys think about how much black you think we ought to be adding. A little bit or a lot? Oh, we even have scarlet. Scarlet's purple, right? No, that's the red one. Duh. Okay. Black, turquoise, and purple. There we go. A little black. Just a little bit. Okay. So we're going to fill them with turquoise and purple. The turquoise is really not coming out well. I really feel like we need to pin that one open. Where did my little pin go? There he is. More turquoise. Yeah, I love that color. There we go. Might be hard for you guys to see. It's coming out like salt now. It's not coming out in little divots, little spurts like the yellow does. It just kind of splatters. Just kind of rolls around. So that's a bunch of turquoise. And then we'll do a bunch of purple. Purple's a little bit easier to see. You probably have this all over the glass mat, I would think. And then a little bit of black, right? Okay. Here we go. So we have the cardstock on the right, Exact Index Nina white cardstock, and on the left we have 140 pound cold press Canson watercolor card. Ready? We're gonna get this a little bit wet before we come in. So you guys would have to decide when you're doing it, like, how much of one color do you want? Do you want it all on one side, or do you want it mixed together? What's the other really important thing? How much water do you want to put on it? Because you could get strikingly different results depending on whether or not you're even putting a lot of water on it. You don't have to. Look at the difference in how this rolls from the watercolor to the cardstock. A little more purple. It does look really blue. That blue really takes over, doesn't it? Do you see the oranges and stuff popping out from the black? So maybe we should do one more before we go, and then just put a little bit of water on it instead of a ton like I've been doing. I just really like the way it moves. There's a lot of water on there. I also do believe that if you let them dry instead of using a heat gun, you'll get different looks as well. So this is the watercolor. This is the Canson watercolor. This one is the cardstock. And so let's do one now with a lot of purple, just a little bit of blue, and not very much water. We've got one left. And we're just about done. So we're going to do one on the cardstock with a whole bunch of purple. I wish the purple would come out a little nicer. I might have to make my holes just slightly bigger than what they are. So I'm going to douse this one in purple. And then I'm going to put a little bit of, not turquoise. Yeah, turquoise is what we were using. All right, a little bit of turquoise. Just a couple of taps. That's it. And then a couple taps of black. That's it. And then we'll add just enough water to make it like start poofing, and then we're stopping. Okay, that's it. Just a little bit of water. That's a pretty turnout. Look how, do you see how many different colors are in there? A lot of that is caused by the black. Before we go, we have to do like one that's just black. And I'm going to use the the photo paper, because I'm totally shocked that it worked on photo paper. I don't know why. I was thinking it would not work. So let's do a bunch of purple on here. And then somebody wanted to see it like run down. Let's try that too. Whoa. I was just going to do black. I got a lot of photo paper. We'll just toss that one. All right. Just black. See what comes out of this. Ready? All right, just black, guys. And I'm going to stop. Look at all the different colors that are in just the black. So we said we had a lot of blue. Check it out. The black actually has a ton of blue in it. And it's got orange in it. Yeah, and a little brown, like a rusty brown. All right, here we go. You ready? We're gonna tip this. And we're gonna watch it run down. See if anything more interesting happens. Here we go. Okay, as we let that run down, you can almost now see all the color veins in there. And that was just black. Right, Debbie? Get the black and end up with all the colors, but that's all you would get. That's just what this looks like. You'd pretty much get that every time. But look at all the little veins of color in there. Isn't that cool? That's really neat. Oh. Let's see if we can dry this a little. Alright, and then I'm going to put over it, excuse me, I'm going to use that towel that I have just to get that little bit left around the edge water that wouldn't come off, wouldn't quite dry quick, so that you can see how this looks when it's dry. And then we'll do a review, and then it'll be time to go. But check this out, like all those veins and all those tiny little things stayed behind. Nothing got ruined when we dried it. It's all in there. So that look is going to stay. And that's on photo paper, you guys. So if you like this look, get yourself some cheap photo paper. Let me know if that's something I should stock in the store. That'd be a good idea. And then this one, I don't know if your other ones have that, but this one has like an extra thing that you can hang on to, and it just comes off. Just throw that part away. I really like that one. So that was photo paper. This one was also photo paper, the front side like this one. So let me just dry this the rest of the way so we can get a good look at it. So there was another shiny photo paper. That one's dry now. And then we used the back side. And that one still didn't dry. That's going to take a long time to dry. So we'll just go ahead and dry that off. it picked up a lot of the color, which is unfortunate. You have to wait a long time for this to dry. That was on the back of the photo paper, but look at the difference in how that slid around, because it's very slick. You know, we should try this on as Yupo. I wonder if it would even stay. It seems to be staying. But that's neat. Crafty Okie, what would you actually do with these? We would lay die cuts on them and die cut out a pattern. Die cut maybe letters for your cards. Use them for backgrounds. This would be a really neat background. For this would be a really awesome Halloween background, as a matter of fact, with a lot of the Tim Holtz stuff that just came in. That would be fantastic. This would be either a fire or a sunset background for a card. That would be pretty. They're little works of art all on their own. So yeah, ATCs, Inchies. I really like this one. This one's really cool. That was the one we put salt on. And then we've got a couple other ones. So I really like the card stock. The plain old card stock. That's what these are. Let me pull out another one. This was a card stock. There should be 4. Here's another one. These were card stock ones. So if you can't afford, or you don't have the watercolor paper right away, use your white card stock. It turns out beautifully. So card stock, photo paper, and then we used Distress. This one didn't move because we used alcohol, and alcohol doesn't move it around at all. But then we did Distress watercolor cardstock, and we did 140-pound cold-pressed Canson watercolor cardstock, and that, you could tell the difference because these two right here, this one and this one, these two, these are the Canson. That one's a Tim Holtz, this one. So yeah, we got a lot done in a short period of time. I think that's all of them. I got them all gathered up here. So the tip for putting the pin in the top, love, totally works. So do you see how much color is left on there? And there's not even, you can't even really see it. But the more you rub on there, the more that color comes off. It's just crazy. That's why you want to put pins in them all. I'm going to use mine very, I'm just going to gently put it in a drawer so mine won't get knocked around a lot. But if you're going to take these anywhere, make sure you have pins in all of yours. I have holes in all mine, but not pins. So here's another one. Check out. There's a bunch of black on there. See the blue and the orange? So you want to just be careful when you put them away that you don't have that powder falling on anything you don't want it to be on, especially if you're wearing clothing you don't want stained. I wouldn't imagine you would in your craft room, but you never know. Maybe you ran in to do something quick and then there was powder there and bam, you got some color where you didn't want it. So here's the type of pin they use. They usually pin them all. So you just take your pin, pop it in the hole, and that way, if it tips over, you're not going to get anything falling out. Oops. See that? Because the pin's going to be stuck. So I'll probably get myself some more pins from school because I got a ton of them there, and pin all the rest of mine. But like I said, I'm going to put it in the drawer carefully, so I should be okay. Alright, if you really love Free Play Friday, if you love learning new things and exploring new things, and want to get in the know and see some of the new product coming out, because we're going to start doing that, a lot more of that, so that you can decide what you want to purchase. And then it'll be easy for you to purchase it from us because it'll be in the store at qualitycrafts.com. A lot easier way for you to get things would be pre-orders and stuff in the sales. So on YouTube, right here, where we're at today. I'm going to have to wash this now because it's completely filled with color. You want to join us there. The best place to find information, community group on Facebook, by far, hands down. You're going to want to join that. Give me a big thumbs up anytime you watch a video. Share the videos with your friends. All the good things that you can do to help me spread the word and get my business out there. Again, we're Quality Crafts at qualitycrafts.com. This is the end of our watercolor series. We used BRUSHOs today. I hope you guys had fun. We're going to move on now with maybe not a specific series, but we're going to start showcasing a little bit more of some of the new stuff that's going on. But don't forget, there's auctions in the resale group, so you want to join that. And we have our sales every 2 weeks. So this weekend is not a sale weekend. That means the auctions are going on, and there'll be like gently used stuff and some of our new stuff put into the resale group so you can shop in between. And then all that will stay until, let's see, I think it's the 7th. Let me just double check. It'll be September 7th is our next sale. It's on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So you're definitely invited. If you want to see stuff ahead of time, you want to be in the special group where you get different things and offerings and discounts and things like that, join us on Patreon and give us your best gift so that you can support this community on going forward. We are a drama-free, commitment-free, super friendly group, and we'd love to have you join. And I can't wait to see you guys next video.